Hey everyone, welcome to your March monthlies, and each month we've been focusing on a different chakra. January was the root chakra, February was the sacral chakra, this month will be the solar plexus chakra. That's all the yellow, that is the color of the yellow chakra, the solar plexus chakra. The root chakra has to do with how we kind of relate to groups or the world. The sacral chakra was how we related to another individual. And the solar plexus chakra is more how we relate to ourselves. So the theme of this reading for this month, we're going to look at how can I honor myself more. So we're going to dive into a reading for each zodiac sign, and we're going to jump into your sign right now. All right, all my Leos, this is your reading for the month of March. And we're going to start off by pulling a card here from these You Are Awesome Oracle. We're just going to see what the Creator wants you to know overall for the month of March and how they want you to know you can honor yourself more. One more time here. All right, so for our Leos, what would you like them to know? All right, actually you get two, and it doesn't surprise me. Leos, you have a very strong pride, lion pride, but you have a very strong awareness of yourself. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you celebrate yourself, but it just brings it to your face a lot more, I think, than usual, than a lot of our other signs, because it is such a part of your makeup. So I am not surprised that you get two cards. Here's your first one here. And this one says, my obstacles are fading away and my path toward greatness is clear. I just have to keep away from the black holes. Yes. I'm going to put this over here. And then your other one, look at that, the Phoenix. Yes, yes, yes. I move on from the past and evolve to a wiser, better me. And on the plus side, no bird degree burns for me, which a phoenix, of course, is all about rising from the ashes and this rebirth into something so beautiful. And what a difference between the dark and the light, between the black hole and not having any black holes steal away any of your light, and you have this beautiful, beautiful brightness that's coming in here. We're, of course, going to look into more here, and we've got the tarot that I'm going to be pulling from is the Sun and Moon Tarot. And what I do is I separate the major arcana from the four suits of the minor arcana. And the major arcana represents, like these cards, the general energies for your month. And so I'm just going to give this a little shuffle here and see what else the Creator wants you to know about this. New birth is rising like a phoenix from the ashes and shining bright. So for our Leos, what else do you want them to know about their month of March? Okay, that's the one right here. And you have the Judgment card. Yep. You've got the card number 20, which is all about double endings and double new beginnings. So you've got this double kind of thing going on. You can see here, there's these individuals that are in the water, and then you have this angelic being at top blowing the horn and calling them to this higher place. And what this represents is this discovery of who you really are. We're having this human experience in these human bodies, but that's just the character. The actor behind the character is this angelic being. It's that powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love. And so this is like this wake-up call, letting you see who you really are. And this, like birthing, like from the ashes, the rising phoenix, this is like, usually they have them like in a coffin standing up, and it's like the rapture. You're being called to your new life. And so these cards are so intertwined together. Also, when you add 20, when you add 2 plus 0 together, you get 2, which is reminding me of this video series that I have out that started at the beginning of this year called You Times 2, which I'll have linked somewhere in the corners here at the end of the video if you want to check that out, because it is all about discovering the two of us that are living this human experience together, our lower self and our higher self. So I'm also going to pull some cards from this Dark Tarot. And what this is going to represent are the messages that your shadow side has for you. This is like your subconscious, your unconscious. It's the little shadowy, it's like tour guide that's taking us through this amusement park of fear that we hired to do so. So they have all this information in our subconscious. It's like, I love the example, like you have a computer and there's programs that are running behind the scenes that are minimized that we can't see. We just hear the music. Like, do you guys hear that? You know, because it's something that's playing behind the scenes, but we can't see it because that program is minimized and not in our face. And our subconscious, our shadow side, is what can help bring that information up to us. And so we're asking it to share it. I'm going to pull 4 cards, one for each of the 4 suits, and I'll get more into that in here in a sec. So just I need 4 cards, please, for the 4 suits. So here's number 1, number 2, number 3, and 1 more. And there's number 4. Okay. And then we're going to start off in the 4 suits of the minor arcana. And these just represent 4 different areas of your human life experience. We're starting off with the wands, which is fire energy, and which of course is also your energy. I don't even know I spaced that. You are a fire sign, Leo. So this is totally you, and this is your suit. And it represents your drive, your ambition, your aha, inspiration, your passion. It also represents your spiritual energy and like your life energy. So this is going to be what the Creator wants you to know around your spiritual adventure, your energy adventure during the month of March. So for our Leos, what would you like them to know? Okay, actually, they want that one right there. Very specific as usual. Yeah. There you go. You got the Prince of Wands, which would be the Knight of Wands in the Standard Tarot too. But this is all about action. This is all about bravery, courage, moving forward, you know, with your energies, with this new birth. And you can see the flames going on. And he's like in a chariot and he's moving forward. And so you do have this, and there you are, Leo Lion, moving on forward with this new energy that's coming in, this, and you just have control over it. And whereas like the Queen and the King in a suit have more responsibility, and so they are a little more careful about what they do, and they know the responsibilities they have. Like the Prince or the Knights are the more the one that's out there, just, you know, they say like fools rush in. It's like, what? Do that. And they're like, you didn't even think before you acted. And this is this just so much energy coming in that you're like, I just have to do something with it. I can't sit still. And there's this movement in there. And then we're going to see what your shadow has to say around this energy too. You have the Ace of Swords. So aces are beautiful beginnings of things. Swords, which we'll talk about over here, are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations. And this Ace of Swords allows you this power. It's like the Excalibur, right? It connects you to the higher truths, to the capital T truths of the spirit world, and also allows you to cut away the thoughts and beliefs that no longer serve you, that were of the human, of the fear, of the expectations, and all that stuff of the human side of things. So this passion coming in really is ignited with these new thoughts and these new beliefs coming in, and this new higher awareness, this new higher knowledge that's coming in. I'm also going to pull a card here from the Return of Spirit deck to see more about this. But yeah, they're definitely it's being ignited by this new higher awareness, which makes sense with this, you know, cutting away a phoenix. When it gets to a certain point, it sets its nest on fire and lets the old self catch on fire, and from the ashes is when the little baby phoenix arises to grow a new fresh being, and that's kind of right in line with that, right? One more time here. All right, so what else for our Leos, please? Okay, they want that one right there. And you have celestial, which is all about up above, right? I'm just going to put this one right here. And for this one, I do want to read from the book. Yeah, because the celestial card brings with it divine energies. This is all about the energies of the benevolent beings who are here to assist you with your human journey of incarnation. It's exactly what we've been talking about. Perhaps you have been struggling to understand exactly what your purpose or soul's role is on earth. You could doubt whether you even have a purpose or if you hold any special gifts or qualities. And this card has come to you today to reassure you that you are indeed uniquely gifted in your own special way. The celestial beings who love and support you here want to ease your worry and your doubt. Most people find their purpose almost if by accident, and though it would be nice to have magical scrolls fall from the heavens, which stated clearly what we're here to do, it isn't going to happen that way. We must discover this for ourselves. It is an act of struggle and effort itself which reveals to us our strengths and our gifts. Each unique aspect of you and your life path is revealed in its own divine time. And I love, like we talked about here with this Ace of Swords, it is this connecting to these higher truths, which is what this is talking about. Your divine celestial beings are asking you to hold on to your faith, to trust the journey of discovery you are taking, and to believe in yourself. They ask that you simply take action and step forward. Action and step forward. Whether you feel confident or not, it's the movement forward that matters most here. You just might make a discovery about yourself in a way which you least expect. The entire universe is supporting you at this time. Do not give up on yourself. You are not alone or forgotten down here. Spirit is here with you, right? Loving and guiding you each step of the way. You are on the path you are meant to be on and doing exactly what you should be to take you to where you need to go. Great message. Yep, so perfect. This all works so well together here, which brings us into the Pentacle suit, which is the earth energy. It is the outside world where this is your spiritual energy and this is your mental energy and your emotional energy. This is all about the outside world. So all those other characters on stage with you in this giant play of life, all those relationships and situations and things like your body as well, your possessions, your bank account. And so this is going to be what the Creator wants you to know about your physical adventure during the month of March. So what else for our Leos, please, about their physical adventure? Okay, that's the one right there. And you have the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles would be, you can see they're drawing rings around here, but this is like, and it's like being patient. It's almost like a tree's ring, but usually they'll have like a picture of a bush and there's stuff growing on it and someone's standing there with their hoe or their rake or whatever, and they're looking at it and they're going, you know what? I see the fruit. It's not ripe yet. And it basically has two sides. One is this patient side of it takes time in the external world for things to unfold and for things to happen, because all this internal stuff you're doing, we change faster on the inside, but the outside world has its seasons of spring, summer, winter, fall, planting seeds, growing things, harvesting, and then everything kind of dies and prepares the soil for the next spring and planting of things. So it's being patient. The seeds that are planted, the things that are unfolding will get there because you change from the inside out, not the outside in. So you'll feel a lot of the change on the inside before you'll see it reflected on the outside. The other thing is that it also is this, you're seeing fruit grow and you're like, oh, you know what? I did plant an apple tree, but I really want avocados. So I'm going to stop investing in that apple tree and I'm going to plant a avocado tree and I'm going to start working on that. And so that's what this is, I'm also saying about that. So there's this patience about it, but also if you feel with this new discovery and this new birth that you want to switch directions, you can do that, and that's okay. We'll see what else your shadow has to say too. Yeah, you got the 10 of Wands. So 10 of Wands, 10s are endings and new beginnings, and so there is this strong energy here of like all that energy you invested, you're done, you're ready to begin on this new step and go in this new direction. So with these two together, I kind of feel like this is this message that you're ready to go in a different step in a different way than where you were headed before. In your external world, it's not matching up to your insides anymore, and so you are going to be making these changes in the outside world. I'm also going to pull a card here from this Spirit Junkie deck, and this is just going to be what else the Creator wants you to know about your physical adventure. One more time. All right, so what else for our Leos? Okay. And it says, I welcome healthy, loving relationships. So, because they're clarifying on this really is this message about you're letting go of unhealthy and unloving relationships out of your life because you're realizing it's not for you anymore. It's not matching up to your path to this new direction that you're wanting to go in. And that can be with people, it can be with jobs or education or schools, or with other things in your life, whether it can be a home, a vehicle, something. It's like you're realizing like it's not worth it, what you have to pay for this, huge house or wherever you're living. And you're like, I don't want to do that anymore. I want to move here, or I want to get rid of that car and get this instead, or I want to, leave that school and that education and pursue this instead, or leave that job for something else, and even leave relationships, whether that's romantic or family or friends or otherwise. It's like you're ready to let that unhealthy and unloving relationships go out of your life. Which brings us into the sword suit, which is the air element, and this is our minds. So this is our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes, our expectations. So it's going to be our mental adventure for the month of March and what this means. Of course, going back to this message too of, how can I honor myself more is what this reading is about. Well, sacrificing your happiness and stuff inside for unhealthy and unloving relationships, letting that go is honoring yourself, right? So they wanted me to reinforce that. So whoever that was for. And so for our Leos, for their mental adventure, what would you like them to know for the month of March, please? Okay. And you have the Prince of Swords. You got the Prince of Wands. Now you have the Prince of Swords, would be the Knight of Swords. And he is wielding this Ace of Swords here. So you are having this action in the change of your mind. So you are changing your mind. So yeah, that definitely is coming in strong here with this movement and changing of your mindsets and your attitudes and your thoughts. There is a lot of movement that's happening with all of this here. It also can mean messages coming in for you from the outside world, or just messages that are coming into your mind that you're like, oh, I get it. I understand. Okay. And so you have the lion there, and then you have an eagle that is flying this chariot. So kind of this bird reference here too. Let's see what your shadow has to say about this. Here you have the Eight of Wands. So wands, like we talked about, is energy, and the Eight of Wands is about fast-moving action. So there is this, all this fire that you're having here, Leo, in March. You are making change. You're not wasting any time. It was like March 1st at 12:01 a.m. You're like, changing stuff is kind of how it feels. Like you are making these movements and these changes that are happening. And with this messages and then Eight of Wands coming in, it also represents messages coming in because wands represent spirit. This also means that you're getting spiritual messages in the month of March, which makes sense. You have the angel blowing a horn and making announcements. So you will get messages coming from the outside world, whether it's seeing a license plate or a bumper sticker or a sign on the road, or hearing something on the radio, overhearing a conversation, getting a weird junk mail with the subject line is something that you're like, whoa, it's confirmation of stuff. You'll be getting messages there. You'll be getting emotional messages, mental messages just popping into your head. So just be aware and really keep your eyes peeled and your ears open, your mind open, and your heart open, because you're going to be getting like a ton of messages from all over the place. And then I'm going to pull a card here from this high vibe deck. See what else the creator wants you to know about this mental adventure. All right, so what else for our Leos, please? Okay, it's this one right here. And you got food. And it says, what you eat affects your vibration. Today, pay attention to what you're eating. I like that, pay attention. It's really jumping out for me here too when we're talking about pay attention to the messages. Eat more fruits and veggies, good, healthy, from the earth nutrition. Receive the high vibes from Mother Earth. Feel the high vibes from Mother Earth and give thanks. What they're really jumping out on here with the food, it's whatever you feed your mind with is so important. So what you are allowing into your brain through your eyes and through your ears and your nose and your mouth and your touch, through all your five senses, it's an important awareness to be cognizant of all that. So, if you're watching things that are creating fear, or angst or chaos or loud noise, they're like, be careful what you're eating, what you're consuming in whatever way you're consuming, because your mind is a terrible thing to waste, is what they say. All right, and then we're going to move into the cup suit here, which of course is the water element and represents our emotions. So this is going to be what the creator wants you to know about your emotional adventure during the month of March. All right, so for our Leos, what do you want them to know about their emotional adventure? Okay, there we go. And you have the Eight of Cups. And this is all about leaving behind those emotions that are no longer serving you. They did serve you from a time, and you have the Eight of Wands, which is about fast movement. Again, Eight of Cups is about leaving behind. It's about moving away from those thoughts and those beliefs that no longer serve you. So those are what are going to burn down in this phoenix's nest, because they gave you the emotions, they gave you maybe the inspiration and the drive to change whatever it might have been in your life that you needed to change. It might have been like your emotions that are sparking a lot of this stuff, and that's okay. It's just they've done their purpose and no longer investing energy in anymore, because you are having this movement. You're moving into this new place. So you are leaving it behind. And then your shadow also says, you have the Chariot. So I crack up because these are chariots, and chariots are all about action and movement, right? So more movement. So there's no doubt this is all about taking action during this month, because to honor yourself is to move on from where you've been, to burn down, not literally, just figuratively, burn down where you've come from and, heading into this new direction of where you are. There's a beautiful message that also comes with the Chariot, in that no matter what fated events and situations happen in our life, you still have the power to choose what story you apply to any situation and what emotion you're going to feel in any situation. So it's very empowering. You do hold the reins for that in your life, and it is this reminder of that you are so much more powerful than you realize, and that we do have all of these opinions and expectations of what we were told, that when something happens, this is what it's supposed to mean. When something happens, this is how I'm supposed to feel. But this Chariot is a reminder that that was just opinion that we took on as our supposed to's and our stories and our emotions. And it might feel like we're not making a choice because it happens so fast, because these old popular opinions that were given to us that we took on, and they were reinforced over and over again to where they became our habit. They became our reaction. So when something happens, this is how we feel. Something happens, this is what we think about it, and the story we apply to it. But if we slow down the wheel of the chariot really slow, we could see the moment that we were like, oh, this is what's happening and this is what it means. And it's like, if you take a deep breath and pause and slow down, you can realize that you can make a different choice on what story you apply to a situation and what emotion you want to feel. So, love it. And then lastly, we're going to pull a card here from this affirmations deck. And this can be what else the Creator wants you to know about your emotional adventure, but since it's the last card for this reading, it can also be a wild card to do whatever else the Creator wants you to know about your March. So, Creator, for our Leos, what else would you like them to know? Okay, you actually get two. Go figure. You have Vitality. And that says, I am healthy and vital and strong. My radiant love of life fills me with healthy, vital, and strong cells. And each cell is a warrior. Everyone has its own sword and shield. I dare you to try and penetrate my cellular army. Didn't think so, chump. What I love about that, here's the swords, right? Everyone has a sword. So this is about this new you, this new vitality, this new, just awesome, powerful, strong creature that you're allowing out of yourself. And then you have confidence. So that we talked about with the Prince of Wands. In this moment, I take a step back and look at myself with the pride of a good mother. I see an abundance of abilities and talents that show up all the time in big and little ways. If I could stick myself on a refrigerator, I would. I would invite all the neighbors over and say, look at that. Can you believe what an A+ that is? Yes, this is definitely about honoring you, honoring the true you. So I love about this month of action for you and what it's going to bring. So I'm going to leave the reading there. And I did want to make sure you were aware, because I mentioned earlier that in addition to these monthly readings, I also do weekly energy updates by each of the signs, like fire signs, water signs, etc. New moon, full moon readings, and a variety of others. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those messages and get notified immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click that like button, and then also click this subscribe button, which will let you click on the notification bell. Then you can select the little all notification setting, which means you'll get notified of any of the videos that come out on this channel. And doing that also helps spread the love, because when you like a video, share a video, subscribe to a channel, it makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy and happy it wants to share the videos with others as well. So if you feel so inclined to do any of that, of course, I greatly appreciate that. Also, these are general readings. If you want even more specific readings for you, I do offer private readings, and all that information is listed in the description box below. So if you have that need, you know where you can go find that information. All right, all my beautiful Leos, just know that each and every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing March. I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon. And until then, you take care.